All right, number 13 for 11C. It's kind of putting together what we did for 11B with 11C, very similar. So main things you need to remember is A, highlight your key facts, key information. B, solve for the variable or solve the problem. It said Carson and his family drove to Disneyland. They started driving on Thursday, then stopped for the night. On Friday, they drove twice as many miles as they did on Thursday. On Saturday, they drove 50 more miles than they did on Friday. Carson's mom asked him to write an equation to determine how many miles they drove each day. So it says Carson wrote the following equation: m plus 2m plus 2m plus 50 equals 650. Match each expression with what it represents in the story. Well, we know, for me at least, I like to go back and look and say, okay, on Friday it says they drove twice as many miles as they did on Thursday. So on Friday, twice as many miles. Which one in here would be twice as many miles? Well, 2m would be twice as many miles. And that's what they drove on Friday. So the number of miles they drove on Friday would be 2m. The number of miles they drove on Saturday. Well, it says on Saturday they drove 50 miles more than on Friday. So which one in here would be 50 miles more than Friday? Well, Friday is already 2m, so it must be 2m plus 50. Okay, then it says the total number of miles driven. Which one do you think that would be? M or that bottom one? M plus 2m plus 2m plus 50. Well, if I skip down below, it says the number of miles they drove on Thursday. How many miles did they drive on Thursday? Well, it would just be m miles, right? And then from there, the total number of miles they drove would be Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So it would be m plus 2m plus 2m plus 50. All right. If Carson and his family live 650 miles from Disneyland, how many miles did their family drive each day? So that means we just need to set this equation up based on what they had up above. So we have m plus 2m plus 2m plus 50. Step 1, drawing your railroad tracks. I'm going to change it to yellow just so we see the railroad tracks. Step 2, combine those like terms. We have 2m plus 2m plus m. So we have 5m plus 50 equals 650. I'm going to subtract 50 both sides. So I get 5m equals 600. Divide both sides by 5. So m has to equal 30. Whoa, sorry, my math on that. So it would actually be divide both sides by 5, divide both sides by 5. Okay, 600 divided by 5 is m equals 120. I don't know where I got 30 from. Sorry, summer brain. M equals 20. Well, if m equals 20, up above, we said m was the number of miles they drive on Thursday. So Thursday, they drove 120 miles. Friday was 2m. So what's 2 times 150? Well, that would be 2 times 120. Sorry, 240. Because 120 times 2 is 240. And then Saturday, they drive 50 miles more than that. So I'm going to add 50 to 240. You get 290 miles. All right. So here's what I'm going to have you do. It says number 14, George started writing a story that matches the expressions and equations shown on the left. Pieces of the story are missing. Help them finish the story, solve the equation, and determine each person's age. So it says Talon is T, Peter is 8T plus 3, and T plus 8T plus 3 equals 39. So what I want you to do is to finish these statements in here, and I want you to solve the equation based on this information here. All right, so that is what you're doing. That is 11C.